Forgiveness Part 2.
Today I want us to talk about how to forgive. We all know that we need to forgive, but how do we do that? How do you forgive an offender? You can't really forgive what you don't understand. You can't forgive what you don't understand. That's why we always ask that question. But why? Why did you do that to me? But why? We need to understand if this is an addiction. You need to understand if this is an alcoholic behavior, or maybe the person is broken in some way. The moment you try to understand this, the moment you tend to understand this whole situation, then it will be much easier for you to forgive someone. Let me give you an example. If you go to a bar and then someone who's holding a beer and they are drunk, they just start insulting you. Trust me, you won't really feel it. You won't be, how do I put it? You won't be offended that much. You won't be offended that much because you tend to understand that this person is drunk, this is an alcoholic behavior. But if someone from church, coming from church, someone who don't drink alcohol, someone who is fully fine, and they decide to insult you or do something bad to you, that whole situation will hurt you more because you don't understand why the person is doing that. And some people, they don't have peace at their houses. Some people, they are used to that. Some people, they are used to hating other people. Some people, they were raised like that. Let me put it that way. And they don't find it wrong to offend other people. So it's a lifestyle to them to offend people. So the moment you tend to understand this, it will be much easier for you to distance yourself from these people and forgive them as well. Yeah, why do we struggle to forgive? One thing I've realized in our society, we grew up in a society that celebrates people for being unforgiving. We celebrate those people for their anger. When someone is like that, we take it as strength, but it takes more strength to forgive. And that's one thing that we don't realize when we are doing these things. So the more unforgiving you are, the more you are being celebrated for being a strong woman, a strong man. And think about it, man. When you're growing up, there's always that one person in the village or in your family that people don't mess around with. So people will tell you, don't mess around with that person. If you don't act accordingly, they will hate you for life, they will punish you, they will not forgive you at all, and they will do bad things to you. So we grew up celebrating these people for their anger, and we tend to normalize these things in our society, and that's where the issue is. So just because you are a good person, it doesn't mean everyone will be good to you. And people don't understand this thing. So they tend to think that, yeah, if I'm a good person, everyone should be good to me. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So you can be how good, you can be a good person, left, right, center, to everyone. My dear, people will still hate you. People will still treat you bad. And there's nothing you can do about it. So you just need to control yourself, own your peace, do what is right in the eyes of God. Then everything will be fine with you. Unforgiveness does not protect you from being hurt again. Let me repeat that. Your unforgiveness will not protect you from being hurt again. When you're in this process of learning how to forgive, so you must always remember, everybody has been forgiven. You are not here because you deserve it. You are not here because God owes you a favor. No, you have been forgiven. How could you be forgiven and find it very difficult to forgive the next person? Do you want God to treat you the way you treat your colleague at work? Do you want God to treat you the way you treat your siblings? Do you want God to treat you the way you treat your father who didn't raise you? Do you want God to teach you the way you behave with your mother who was not there when you needed her? Do you want God to treat you the same way you treat your neighbors? Do you want God to treat you the same way you treat your nanny at home? Do you want God to treat you the way you treat your friends? Or do you want God to treat you the same way you treat your schoolmates? How many times did you offend God? How many times did God forgive you? If you don't want God to do that to you, don't do it to other people. Try by all means to be at peace with everyone. You must love everyone. Try by all means to forgive everyone. Try by all means to protect your peace. Then everything will be fine with you. That's the end of our part 2. I'll come back again for part 3. Thank you.